All right, April 24th, 2025. It's been about 7 days, almost, no, sorry, 9 days since I planted, and it's time to take a little quick tour around and see how things are progressing. I just got through doing the yard, getting it cleaned up, so we'll take a quick look around, see how things are going. First off, we're going to look at our basil. You can barely see a few little, probably can't really see, they're just starting to poke their heads through a little bit, little green spots. Part of it was grass I cut too that got thrown there, but they're in there. The next thing I'm showing you is this is peppermint. This is pretty much kind of doubled in size since the last time I did anything showing on camera. It looks like it's going to be a pretty good growing plant. Just got to keep it watered. It's in one of these containers that you have to keep water in the bottom. So we'll look at that, see how that progresses. That looks like it's doing really good. The next is going to be my Italian oregano. I was kind of concerned because this one just didn't seem like it wanted to take. I think I didn't get it planted quick enough, but I'm hoping so. But I've got some other oregano. I planted seeds in here in this area, so hopefully they'll start coming through and poking through the dirt. The next thing I have here is my dill, and it's almost like grass. Last week it was nothing. 2 days ago it was just a few little sprigs. Now look at it, it is starting to come out really in full force. And this is the mammoth dill, so I'm sure this is going to be a very big bushy plant. But since I plan on trying to do a lot of pickles this summer, that's going to come in handy. I know it takes a lot of dill to make a little bit of pickles, but it's well worth it using fresh rather than just store-bought. But what it is. All right, moving on down to the only big self-watering container I have. This has my peppers in it, sweet peppers, banana peppers. As you can see, they're going pretty good. They're growing. I put them in as plants, not seeds, so don't let the pie fool you. They've grown a little bit. As you can see at the bottom, water's still here. I haven't filled it up since probably Friday or Saturday because it rained a pretty good bit this past weekend, and it looks like it's kept it pretty full. So those look like they're coming on pretty good. As I said, most of these have already been in the ground just a little over a week since being pulled out of their containers, so I didn't expect to have a whole lot of growth this first week. They're still trying to take hold. See some little problems here with the leaves, maybe a little bit of where they were out of water for a little while, but hopefully they'll start kicking in. They're pretty hardy. All right, well, moving on down to the let's go over to the cucumber bed. All right, right now I don't have anything showing. It looks like there's grass there, but a lot of that is just clippings from what I just mowed the yard, and some normal grass that grows in this bed. It's just hard with it to keep it down without putting some type of weed barrier down on top of it, and I don't feel like going through all that trouble. Hopefully in another week or so, by this time next week, we'll have some shoots pulling up, and I'm sorry, there we go. There's our first one right there. First cucumber that I can see. I didn't notice it a while ago. So there's number one. I keep saying 7 days, 9 days since it's planted. So that tells me that the soil's doing good. They're just taking it, it's just gonna take a little time. We're supposed to get a little bit more rain this next day or so. So it's keeping the ground pretty wet. So I don't have to water it near as much. So anyway, backing out, you can see all the mounds. They're still intact, except for these two. I had to redo this one and that one because my security cat Jake, he likes to, for whatever, as much dirt as he can. I mean, he's got a lot of free space in this thing. He doesn't have to go to the pods, but I guess he don't care. He don't really know one thing or another. So, hey, it is what it is. That's why I have 16 pods built up in case I lose a few. But I just replanted those today. So those are going to be behind by a week. This is one of my hanging plants. You see it's still looking good. Hasn't bloomed yet, but we'll get there. All right, moving on down to the squash. All right, as you can see, my squash is really taking off. For some reason, squash works better. It grows really well this time of year. So there you go. Get a little close up of that. That's my crooknut squash. So I have a feeling we're going to be good on squashes this year. I got two, and one with another one a shoot coming out. So I want to have at least two in each pod. Depending on how things go, we'll see about see how much they produce. I may try to just keep one. That's the way you're supposed to do it. You weed out the worst ones and keep up the best one, and that way they're not fighting over the nutrients. As you can see, I've also got 1, 2, 3 tomato plants in here. You may be wondering why. Well, one of my tomato plants did not make it. It just would not take. So I went and bought some to replace the one, and it was cheaper to buy 4 in a pack than it was to buy 1 in a pot. So I bought 4. I didn't have room for the other 3. I didn't feel like putting them in containers. I didn't want to go buy a couple 5-gallon buckets and drill holes in them. I thought, well, where can I put them at? And I thought, well, I'll throw them here with the squash. If they work, they work. If they don't, it's not a big loss. I've got 6 more behind me over here in the big garden. So I'm hoping they all coincide very well. I hope they don't fight one another for the food and the water. Squash are pretty hardy. Tomatoes are probably overdue the squash, which that's fine. I'd rather have tomatoes anyway. So anyway, that's our squash bed. Coming around to our flower bed, another flower pot. I think it's the same thing as the one I showed you a while ago. I don't have the little sticker with me, but as you can see, still doing good. Birds use it as a roost because I have my bird feeder right here. So they use it to do their seeds. All right, we'll now get to the big. Well, first off, let me start with the plants. I put a bunch of stuff in pots, so let's just kind of go with one or the other. These are peppers. I can't remember what they are because I forgot to put the sticker. I'm sure they're hot peppers. We'll see once they start growing. I think they came in a pack of 4, and I only had one. I put the sticker in another pot. There's my first flower of this plant. So that's going to be good. My cayenne are doing okay. Little rough around some of the leaves, but that's because of the water issue. We didn't have enough water, or I didn't plant them in time. They took a little bit to get going. All right, this is my Trinidad scorpion. I looked it up, and it's probably I think it says 1.495 million Scoville units. So somewhere between a ghost pepper and a habanero, I believe, somewhere in that area. This has between 800 and 100,000 Scoville units. So I don't know what the computer or the thing. Anyway, I also a self-water container. As you can see, it's from plant. So I'll keep it watered. I'm fixing to fill it up. I've got to do tilling here in a few minutes. I'm going to till through, just kind of till up the ground, break up the ground a little bit, even though it is wet and loose. I'm going to go ahead and break it up and make it look a little bit better. All right, I had to replace, this is my habanero. I had to replace it. It didn't make it either. So went yesterday and bought a new habanero plant. This time stuck it in there. As you can see, I've added my Epsom salts, give it a little boost. Hopefully it'll pick up right where the other one left off. Moving on down, I believe these are what's called full U jalapenos, or some others call them jalapenos. Pepper without the heat, but you get a lot of flavor, but you don't get that heat that goes with it. That's what these are here. They're still doing pretty good. All right, coming down to, this is my Carolina Reaper plant. All right. People ask me, why are you growing these hot peppers? I'm like, I don't know, they're fun to grow. They're pretty to look at. I don't dare eat them. I may try to chop a few of them up and put them in a dehydrator or use them as pepper flakes, but as far as eating them off the vine or mixed in with something, I like hot, but I think habanero, Tabasco, I don't even know if habanero's I think I want to try habanero too bad. Jalapenos is probably my limit, but anyway, there's a time when heat comes to the point where it overwhelms the taste, and this right here is one of those peppers. If I get them, if they do good, hey, I'm sure I'm gonna give them away to somebody that likes them. So, I mean, I'm not in it for money or any sales. I'm just in it just for fun. And they're easy to grow. You put them in a pot, they just pretty much take care of themselves. All right, this is my ghost pepper. As like the Carolina Reaper, it's a little bit, I don't know if you would call it less hot, still hot. 1,041,000 Scoville units. So I would say that was just a little bit of heat. I looked up the Pepper X, and at the point right now, it is the hottest pepper in the world at 2.4 million maybe Scoville units. I cannot remember. I think the Ghost Pepper was the highest, or the Carolina Reaper used to be the highest one years ago. It may have, I'm sure they've hybrided it enough. Hybrided, is that a good? They've done hybrid plantings with different peppers to create this Pepper X. I don't think I'll ever be growing it though. There's another one of my flowering plants. See, it's not doing too bad. No flowers yet, but it'll get there. All right, all these you see in front of here, these are all my jalapenos. No, I'm sorry. These are peppercini peppers, like you get when you order Italian food or a pizza. They throw those little hot peppers in you out of a jar. Well, those are peppercini. So I'm gonna see how those are. Never grew them before. Coming on down, there is my jalapeno, I believe. Hot pepper, yeah, it's my jalapenos. You see, they're doing okay. Still in the early stages. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, just another pepper. These are Tabasco. Those are good. Put them in chilies or buy some pepper sauce and get those good. Let's see, this is my Anaheim. Not a very hot pepper, but it is good flavor. Good for roasting. Same way as another Anaheim. I think these are my Poblanos. These are a little bit hotter. They got a little bit of medium heat, but you cut them open, put them full of cheese and either ground beef or whatever. Stuff them up, put them on the grill. They're really, really good. All right, let's see. I think the rest of these are going to be jalapeno. Or not, I'm sorry, jalapeno. I've got so many of them. Sweet peppers. I got bell peppers, sweet peppers. They're all still going good. No bad ones, it looks like. And then we come to my big boy tomatoes. I've got 6 on this side. I'm going to stake them this year instead of caging. This is the one that I had to replace. And so now looks like it's about the same pace with the others. Hopefully this will, next couple weeks, they'll double in size. We'll start seeing a little bit of blooms maybe. So anyway, that's just a quick tour, and then one more flower plant, hanging plant. Still got some growing to do. So as I said, stuff's only been in really a week or so. Not expecting a whole lot, but that's pretty much it for what I call the quick tour. And I've got one thing. I had a gentleman give me this birdhouse the other day. I know it looks unique. It is made out of 3 separate license plates. He does it he doesn't do it like ever, but he builds and sells them. He does it more. I know it's not so much a hobby, but it's very unique. He builds every one of them by hand. His daughter and I went to school together, and he even numbers them when they were built, what number it is. So he builds these and numbers each one of them, so he knows what number he's on. I told him that I would put these on my YouTube channel and also Facebook once I was able to. They've asked me to kind of hold off for right now of giving any more information about how to order them, because he's got to get license plates. He has to order these license plates at a cost to him for each one, even though they're expired. But he did say that if somebody has 3 license plates of their own, they wanted to have made, he would make them using those license plates, and I guess get a reduced cost on the houses. The houses are $40 each, as you see it is, with him providing the license plate. But as I said, it's unique. I've never had a birdhouse out in the yard or out here before. Got plenty of trees. I'm hoping at least something will jump in there, and maybe a little starling, or not really starling, but a sparrow or some small bird. It's not very big, so maybe we'll get something going on in there. But anyway, I wanted to put that on there just so that way everybody has an idea when they're ready for me to start putting this out. Is, hey, here's your contact information. If you feel like it, order one. I'll be happy to. I'm gonna be providing you the contact number for his daughter, who I went to school with. I'll give you her contact information, and as soon as they give me the go ahead and start publicizing this. Like I said, I really think this is a unique work of art. But it's just something that looks good hanging out in the yard, and it's an eye catcher. So maybe something you might be interested in, but as soon as I'm given the go ahead, I'll let everybody know. All right, that is it for today. I'm fixing to till the garden up, get it really quick, till on it, give it a little bit of a watering, even though we're supposed to get some rain tonight, just to kind of give a little bit of a packing. And then hopefully the next time I talk to you in a week or so, we'll have a little bit more to talk about. All right, y'all take care. Have a good weekend. Be safe.